EWM, but apparently the connection is good. So you can call me on that. So don't. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, it is visible. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So see how it says that the inbound delivery was delivered as far as distributed to EWM, but when I try to look it,
Go directly to SMQ2. You will find the stuck queues if it is not created. /o SMQ2. Hit execute. This
I
is the
think
one.
no, I think this is already put as automatic. So the queue was triggered automatically, so it's not stuck in the queue.
Okay. Open the delivery in EWM.
Yeah, so you see?
Yeah, see, it says you are using the wrong warehouse number. It should be TECH. Can change it in the default values.
ECH. Okay, so where should I change that?
Yeah, just below maintain, there is one. No. Just below maintain, there is one icon, one person icon. Below maintain inbound delivery, there is one person icon.
Ah, yeah, you see that one.
Yes, give TECH here. And now hit execute.
Oh, God. So you know how many times I tried to do that? So I checked like 3 times the all the documents that were shared with us. So I never noticed this. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Yes. So not only this, for all the in all these screens, most of the screens, you'll have these default values where you need to set your warehouse number and search the document, and then you'll get it.
Okay.
Otherwise,
thanks.
anyway, system will give you the message saying that this delivery or the document is related to this warehouse. So you can copy that warehouse and give that in the default values and try to find it.
Okay. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
I will stop sharing my screen.
So Jay, is the team joining? I have planned the course right from the introduction to the end of all the complex topics. So maybe I can run you through all the introduction topics of EWM so that I can easily it will be easy for me to explain the other complicated topics or the other EWM conflict topics if I try to cover basic topics in the beginning. Is that fine? What I'm gonna say is I'll try to also introduce all the basic topics and the introduction of EWM.
Yeah, I think we already done the basics, but if you want to like just a refresher course, if you want to do, I'm okay with it. I think the team is sort of in the core. I think they left off with the core inbound process where the complexity of the inbound process, right? Anyway, yeah, you can start. I think you can start from the basics, and then Rogelio, we just have to. So, trainer, do you have that curriculum with you? I mean,
Yes.
not train, the admin, or you have it? Okay. Can you show that? Maybe we can tell you where. Yeah.
Yes. So you're able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
So
these are all the topics.
Yeah. So we're good with for number 1, number 2. You want to start from number 3? So, Rogelio, what do you think?
Yeah, we checked the part of the org structure. A pretty basic EMON process where we do the receipt and put it from the interim storage bin to the final storage bin, not LOSC or POSC. And well, basically that's it.
So
So
only
I
these
mean,
topics were covered, right?
Yes, correct.
yes.
Because moving further, you have more things before you go to POSC and LOSC.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that then. We can start from the outbound process.
Okay. So
And then, yeah, okay. Thank you.
so
I
let
don't,
me
I don't,
first. Mhm.
I,
Yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know. So sorry, I don't know if you have or if you prepare also some documents on this. But I think well, it looked like you split it as a process. So I think that's good. So if you prepare some documents, if you can share with us, it will be nice. Because before you join, Bamsi, he helped me a little. Well, he helped me to check something that it was missing from my side. So maybe to have another document, another backup document will be nice to check the part of the customizing for. I mean, for the integration. I mean, so
Yes.
just
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Okay.
So
So
if you
I'll.
scroll up, it will
Mhm.
start from topic. If you want to do like intro course on first 4 or 5 topics very quickly, if you can. But Rogelio, do we need that, or can we start with course number 6?
for my side, I think we can start from point number 6. But I know also Maria was rechecking some part of the video, so maybe have a quick overview. It will be nice for her.
Okay,
I don't know.
just then.
For me, it's good. For me, it's good.
Okay, she's on the call. Maria, do you want any refresher course for these topics from 1 to 5? Can you scroll up, trainer? Oh, yeah. We thought about starting from 6 inbound process, complex ones like warehouse control, WCR, POSC, all that is coming to 13th and 14th sections of the curriculum. So he is going to start going the outbound process, is a basic outbound process. Do you need to review? Do you want him to go review anything before that? Any of the topics?
I think just where we kind of left off last time, which was like the packaging specs or something like that. That's where I was confused, but we didn't even really have that class. But we can go from there.
Okay, so let's stick to this curriculum. Okay, this is a new curriculum from the new trainer Rohit, and the packaging spec is coming up on 11th, section 11th. So he structured it so that we'll go through the fundamental basic ones like basic inbound, basic outbound, and then handling unit management work center. I think it's good if we start from the 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So team, what I'll do is I won't create any org structure. I have already created one before the class just to test if the system is working fine or not. So I'll use the same data to introduce all these topics or show you the overview of all these 5 topics. And then maybe after that, I'll show you all the configuration process and the execution process from class 6. I mean, the topic 6. Is that fine for you guys?
Yes.
Yep, that's good with me.
Great. Okay. So please bear with me because it will be boring for you because you have already gone through all the initial classes of the basic topics. But I just wanted to explain you the org structure which I have constructed in EWM so that we can use the same org structure for all the rest of the topics starting from 6 to the end. And before that, before I start, I just wanted to show you all the topics which I am going to cover based on the conversation which I had with Vamsi earlier. So first one, as you know, the warehouse structure. The second one, how we create the master data in S4. And the third one will be integration overview and the org structure inbound. And then we'll little bit move on to the EWM side, which is basic inbound process, how we uh, like how we perform the integration between the delivery types in inbound process, and then we'll try to execute a basic outbound process along with the integration. And then the goods receipt process. Goods receipt process, in the sense, I'll show you the strategies, the available strategies in EWM where we can make use of. And we have the put away rules, which is very important while you perform the put away of goods in a particular storage bin. And then we'll move on to goods issue process. In goods issue process also, similarly to goods receipt, we have strategies for goods issue, and we have wave management. And after that, I'll be covering handling unit management. So this majorly deals with the configuration required in S4 as well as in EWM. We define the packaging materials in S4 and make use of those packaging materials in S4 as well as in EWM. And we'll try to run the scenario with the HU management in inbound as well as outbound with the HUs. So till here, are you guys clear before I continue with the topic 10?
Yes.
Okay. So after that, I'll cover work center. If I say work center, I'll show you the work center layouts which we define for a work center, and after that, I'll show you how we define the work center, the various options which are there to config in the work center. And after that, we will introduce packaging specification. So packaging specification, we define the packaging specification, and after that, how we determine the packaging specification, if it is inbound or outbound process, that will be covered. And after that, warehouse process type, which is WPT. So I'll show you all the settings which are in WPT related to inbound or outbound or any internal process. So that will be covered. And after that, I'll be also covering WPT determination, how this WPT is determined in inbound and outbound documents. And after that, we have WOCR, which is warehouse order creation rule. So there we'll try to explore how we define the WOCR, whether it is sort rules, filters, limit values, and all. And after that, we'll try to determine the warehouse order creation rule, whether it is inbound or outbound document, we'll determine it. And after that, we'll explore packing profile, which will be helpful to create the pick HUs in the case of outbound process. And after that, we'll slowly move on to complicated topics. The first one is POSC, process oriented storage control. Here we define or explore all the step-by-step execution of the EWM process, whether it is inbound or outbound. So we'll cover all this configuration, whether it is external steps, storage process, run an inbound process with the POSC, run the outbound process in POSC, so that you guys are comfortable with the configuration and we can see how we can systematically plan our EWM operations while receiving or while shipping with the help of POSC. And after that, there is another type of storage control, which is layout oriented storage control. Here, based on the what we call the structure of the warehouse, if the warehouse structure is little bit complicated, which has the lifts and forklifts and a level wise storage type. So in that case, LOSC is quite helpful for us. I'll show you how to configure the LOSC in a warehouse, and we'll also perform test run. So we'll explore how this LOSC actually behaves while execution of the warehouse processes. And after that, we'll see cross-talking. If I say cross-talking, we'll explore opportunistic cross-talking. We'll try to configure OCD in EWM system, and we'll perform a test run after the configuration. And moving on, so this is also important, PPF action post processing framework. So here we'll actually try to explore all the little bit of EWM technical details which are related to action profiles assigned in the delivery types, and we'll also explain how it is determined and how we can make use of PPF actions, whether it is printing or automating a task, automatic a task creation or a confirmation. So we'll explore all these things in PPF action topics. And after that, resource management. So basically how you plan your resources, whether it is an inbound process, few set of resources are dedicated to inbound. So how will you manage the warehouse activities for this particular warehouse? We can see all those settings, config and test runs in this topic. And after that, RF, radio frequency framework. So here we will explore all the EWM related configs, what we can like perform the settings while you are performing the transactions using the RF gun in warehouse. And after that, I'll cover exception handling. Here, if there is any exception case in the warehouse, if while performing the picking or put away, you see that the storage bin is not fit to hold the stock, in that case, how will you handle in case of EWM? So such kind of scenarios, like with the help of exception codes. So those standard settings and the test run will be shown in this topic. And after that, shipping and receiving. So shipping and receiving, as I can say, you can, if you have trucks and if you also want to track the movement of trucks within the warehouse or within your warehouse premises. So we'll try to activate shipping and receiving activities for our warehouse, and we'll also explore yard management in this topics. And after that, next comes is VAS, value added services. So while shipping or while receiving, if you want to perform VAS, so if I say shipping and receiving, so whether it is inbound or outbound process, if you want to perform any VAS activities before it is stored in your storage type or before you ship it to the customer. So what all configs are needed? So those configs will be covered in this VAS. So till here, team, do you have any questions?
Nice.
Okay.
Can you share this curriculum and also, the usual recordings after every class? Yeah.
I think Jay, I'll share the document to Jay, and Jay will be taking care of sharing the recordings to you. Is that right, Jay?
Right.
Yeah. So move topic number 23, which is kitting. So if you have a like electronic or some mechanical equipment stored in your warehouse, and how you are going to perform the kitting with the components stored in your warehouse, how we perform the config which are related to kitting in EWM. I'll be covering that topic in kitting, and as well as we'll also try to perform a test run how the kitting actually works in EWM. And after that, we'll explore internal warehouse movements. If I say internal warehouse movements, it is like ad hoc movements, like when you're trying to move the stock from one storage type to other storage type. So I'll show you how we perform that in EWM, what are transactions are needed to perform these ad hoc movements, whether it is RF or in GUI. I'll show you those T codes and the step-by-step how to perform those actions. And after that, if you if you want to perform any posting change, like if the stock is in unrestricted and if you want to make it to blocked, and and after that, if you want to scrap any stock from your EWM warehouse without any reference of any outbound delivery document, so that is also possible with the help of ADGI. So in ADGI, we have couple of functions, couple of functionalities given by SAP in ADGI. So we'll try to explore all those functionalities in internal warehouse movements. Next comes labor management. So labor management, I can explain you the basic overview and the standard config, because even I haven't worked on in my previous experience, I haven't worked on, none of my clients were using labor management, but I have uh, uh, training knowledge in labor management. So I'll also cover labor management with the standard settings and the configs which are needed to run or to activate the labor management in EWM. So next comes slotting. So slotting and rearrangement, actually, I'll show you the configuration as well. And this slotting and rearrangement is basically if you want to plan your like if you want to optimize your efforts of your warehouse users while they pick based on the seasonal demand of the products, like you actually change the placement of the products based on the seasons. So there slotting and rearrangement comes in the picture, where you actually place the materials in the suitable storage bin or the nearest bin to the user, so that he can easily pick and move it to the shipping zone. So that is what slotting does. And after that, we'll move on to physical inventory. So physical inventory is actually an important topic in EWM. So I'll show you all the types of physical inventories given by SAP, and I'll show you all the related config which are related to physical inventory. And we can also perform the physical inventory uh, postings in EWM, and we'll also see how the system behaves when we try to post the physical inventory document from EWM. And after that, I'll show you the EWM QM configuration. We'll also try to run a test run. So after this, we'll also try to integrate EWM with production planning. So here also we'll perform all the required config from EWM and little bit from PP, and we'll run a test run. And after that, doc appointment scheduling. So doc appointment scheduling is basically you plan your vehicles which are coming into your warehouse, whether to goods receipt or goods issue. So you actually plan the appointments of the trucks, of the incoming trucks, with the help of doc appointment scheduling. So this operation comes with the NWBC node. So we'll try to explore all the required config, and we'll run a scenario of doc appointment scheduling. And after that, we have serialization. So if your customer is using serialized drums or any kind of serialized materials, so how will you manage them in EWM? So that will be explained, and the configuration related to serialization in S4 as well as in EWM will be shown in this topic, and we'll try to run a scenario with serialized materials, whether it is inbound or outbound. And after that, I think physical inventory is repeated here. So let me remove this. And the last is warehouse monitoring. Here in warehouse monitor, basically you have all the required reports, whether it is if you want to check any inbound document or outbound document, if you want to check any physical inventory document, if you want to check any open warehouse task, if you want to check any warehouse orders of a particular WCR, everything, all the reportings are placed in warehouse monitor, so that we don't have any specific report to check in. So warehouse monitor is the one which provides you all the required reports. So these are all the topics which I'll be covering. So team, do you have any questions still here?
Fine.
So before we start with the training, I just want to introduce myself. So myself, Rohit Nogre, I'm based out in southern part of India. I have around 8 years of complete EWM experience, and I have worked with 6 customers so far in my career. And I'm working for a MNC company based out in Hyderabad. Before that, can you also just give me a brief background so that I can plan my training accordingly?
Hi, good morning, everyone, or afternoon for you. My name is Maria, and I'm actually fairly new to SAP. I've only been working primarily with P2P and some IM for about a year. So this is all 100% new to me.
Okay, great.
My name is Rogelio. I've been working in the logistic part for like 10 years. So basically, I already well, I work with inventory and also with WM. So this is my first approach with EWM. So I think that's it.
Okay, okay, fine. So what I'll do is, as I mentioned earlier, I have already defined a warehouse where I have defined the structure. I have defined the master data, integration, and org structure. Everything is ready. So that since you have already covered all these topics with your previous trainer, I won't stretch much on these topics, and then I'll start. We'll start exploring all the required configuration from topic 5, right? So that I'm just making sure that we are all in same page.
Yep.
Okay, so fine. Let me log into my remote desktop. So first of all, do you have access? Did you get the access of SAP system? So guys, do you have the SAP access?
But to that system, Johnny?
The one which I'm sharing. So
I think we have, unless that it was also changed, but I think we have.
Yeah.
Is it the same one that we had with the previous trainer? We had 2 different users, like EWM, I think 71 and 72.
Yes, this one, EWM New 71.
Okay, yeah, we do have that.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let me start with the infrastructure. Okay, so in enterprise structure, we'll like first define the plant. Okay, so here I have already defined the plant. My plant is PL18. Okay, so this is my plant, and I'll rename it to plant PL18. So generally, so the highest org structure, the highest unit in the org structure is your company. So in financial accounting, you actually define the company, and then under company, you define your company code, and then comes your plant. So I'm not touching any config related to company code or company. So I have just created my own plant, copying from the standard, and then assigned it to the standard company code, which is 0001. Okay, so here I have defined my plant, and after that, I'll go to sales and distribution. Here we define our sales organization. So here also I'm using the standard ones, which is 0001 sales org. I'll rename it to sales org for PL18, so that it will be easy to identify.
So
and after that,
you use the standard one, just rename it, right?
Yeah. So this
Okay.
sales org, distribution channel are all assigned to the this sales org and distribution channel are assigned to the company code and the plant.
Okay.
So that is the reason why I'm using the standard ones. I haven't created any new.
Yeah, good.
And next comes your distribution channel. So distribution channel also I'm using the standard ones, which are 00 and 00, 00 and 01. These are two distribution channels which I'm making use of. So this is actually your sales related config. This is the basic config required for building your EWM warehouse. And coming to the MM part, in MM, we define our storage location against our plant. Okay, so here system asks you to enter the plant, and once I hit enter, so I've defined two storage locations. One is available for sale and the other one is received on dock. So in plant, in like in EWM, it is not mandatory to create two or more storage locations. We can also execute all the operations making use of one storage location, but standard EWM suggests to use two or more storage locations for proper differentiation of your materials. So here I have differentiated the storage locations, like one is available for sale and the second one is received on dock. So I'll receive in ROD and I'll ship from AFS. So that is the reason why I have defined two storage locations. And after this, I have maintained the purchase organization. So here also I am using the standard one, the standard purchase organization 0001. So till now, we have covered logistic general, where we defined our plant. And after that, we have defined the sales org, distribution channel and division in sales and distribution node. And after that, in materials management, we have defined the storage location and purchase organization. So next comes the logistic execution. Okay, so in logistic execution, we define our warehouse number. So generally this warehouse number is dummy. So it is called an intermediate warehouse number. So this is actually mapped with the EWM warehouse number, which I'll show you after in few moments how it is assigned to the EWM warehouse. But yeah, so here you define your warehouse, your intermediate warehouse. My intermediate warehouse is W18. Here I have given the nomenclature as intermediate WH for WH18. You need not copy, because since this is just a dummy warehouse number, so we can just define it and give the description of the warehouse. And after that, the important thing is you need to define your shipping point. So here I have defined my own shipping point by copying the standard one. So our shipping point is SP18. So this is my shipping point, and I'll just give the description for PL18. So the shipping point is the one which we'll be using for the further classes. So in logistic execution, we have defined the warehouse number and we have defined the shipping point. So that is it in logistic execution. Only these two we need to define as a basic config. So after definition in SAP, so only definition is not enough. So we also need to assign it to its entity or the objects, respective objects, so that we can determine from the determine in our documents. So definition is done. So we are in the assignment node, and in assignment we'll go to logistic general, and since I have already created a plant, we'll need to assign the plant to the company code. So here we can directly go and check if our plant is assigned to our company code or not. As I mentioned, I'm using the standard company code, which is 0001, and my plant is PL80. So as we can see, my company code 0001 is already assigned to PL80. Any questions still here? Okay. So after assigning the plant to the company code, we will move to the next node, which is sales and distribution. So since I'm using the sales org, standard sales org, so it should be assigned to the company code. My sales org is 0001, and my company code is also 0001. We can see that both are already assigned. The next one is we need to assign the distribution channel to the sales organization. So my sales organization 0001 is assigned to 00 and 01. Next, we need to assign the division to the sales org. So division 00 and 01 are assigned to the sales org. This assignment is done. And this is important. We need to set up the sales area where we define our distribution channel, division, and the sales org. So here my sales org is 0001, my distribution channel and the division are assigned here. 00 is assigned to 00, 00 is assigned to 01, and 01 is assigned to 01 division. And then we need to assign our sales org distribution channel to the plant in this node. Let me open this node. So here sales org 0001, distribution channel 00 is assigned to my plant PL18, and sales org 0001, distribution channel 01 is assigned to my plant PL18. Maybe the system is a little bit slow. Okay, I'm back. So here we are done with the sales and distribution related config definition, and the assignment is done in this node. And after that, we'll move on to materials management related assignment. Here I have assigned the purchasing organization to the company code. So my purchasing organization is 0001 and is assigned to the company code 0001. And next comes, we need to assign the purchasing organization to the plant. So my purchasing organization is assigned to my plant PL18. So material management related assignment is done in this node. And next we'll move on to the logistic execution where we perform the configuration related to the warehouse. So here we assign our warehouse number to the plant and the storage location combination. So this warehouse number was actually created as an intermediate warehouse number. So here I'll go to my plant PL18. You can see here that my plant PL18, which has two storage locations, AFS and ROD, are assigned to the warehouse, intermediate warehouse, which is W18. So after that, we also need to assign our shipping point to the plant. So I'll open this node and show you the assignment. My plant is PL18. I'll go to my PL18 and I can see that my shipping point SP18 is assigned to PL18. If you want to assign your shipping point, then you can just click on the plant and then click on assign and select your shipping point from this list.
Only shipping point is required, not loading point, no?
Shipping point is required, but loading point is not mandatory because
Okay.
the shipping point is determined in your delivery. If the shipping point is not determined in your delivery, then you won't be able to distribute that document to EWM system.
Okay, good, thank you.
So assignment of shipping point to plant is done. After that, so we have assigned our shipping point to the plant, but how will you determine that shipping point while your delivery is created in S4? So that configuration is actually taken care in this node in logistic execution. Under shipping, you have basic shipping functions, and under basic shipping functions, you have assign shipping points. So here you actually determine your shipping points based on your plant, your shipping condition and loading group. So this shipping condition is actually in your customer master or the business partner. Here in business partner, you have the shipping condition, and this loading group actually is defined in your material master. And this is your plant. So I'll show you the combination which I have defined for my plant, which is PL18. So here I have defined this like if I don't have any shipping condition in my business partner, and if there is no loading group, and if my plant is PL18, then system should propose me SP18 as my shipping point. In the same way, if I haven't given any shipping condition in my business partner and I have loading group 0001 defined in my material master, and if my plant is PL18, then system should propose SP18. So similarly, if I have 01 shipping condition in my customer master or the business partner, and my loading group 0001 is defined in material master, and if my plant is PL18, then system should propose me SP18 as my shipping point. So we can use the same shipping point as a goods receiving point. For example, if you have a small warehouse, like if you don't have much bigger facility for having two separate points, one for shipping and one for goods receiving, you can make use of the same shipping point as a goods receiving point, and that configuration is done here. Assign goods receiving point for inbound deliveries. So the first one is for the outbound delivery related shipping point determination, and the second one is your first of all, you are making use of the same shipping point as a receiving shipping point in your inbound deliveries. And I'll show you how we determine it in your inbound deliveries. I'll go to my plant PL18. So in my plant PL18, if I am receiving from ROD, which is receiving on dock, system should propose me SP18 as my shipping point, or shipping point meaning it is a receiving point. So this is the setting which I have made it to determine the shipping or receiving point in my inbound deliveries. Okay, this one is done, and the most important and the interesting config is, so here in integration with other SAP components, we have EWM node. I'll open this EWM node, and here you have the basic settings for the EWM linkage. I'll open this and I'll show you the settings made for my intermediate warehouse. My warehouse number is W18. So my warehouse W18, here we need to select what kind of system is it. Is it EWM? Is it a decentralized WM? Is it a local WM? So since we are trying to build a EWM warehouse by integrating with this intermediate warehouse number W18, we need to select option 1, which is EWM, extended warehouse management. And the next one is distribution mode. So here you have two options. Option 1 is stop distribution. Option 2 is distribute immediately at document creation. Stop distribution actually is like you have a T code VL060. So here you have this for distribution. If you have set it as stop distribution, you can distribute all the required deliveries to EWM with the help of these transactions. And you can also schedule a job to distribute your documents, outbound documents, with the help of this job. So SAP suggests to select the setting distribute immediately at document creation. So whenever your inbound delivery or outbound delivery is created in your S4 system will first check if is there any warehouse, intermediate warehouse created for your plant and storage location combination. And then system will check whether it is relevant for EWM, decentralized WM, or local WM. Once system identifies that it is relevant for EWM, system will check whether the system should distribute it immediately or it should stop the distribution. So it will check and distribute the document immediately to the EWM based on the setting. And after that, you have unchecked deliveries. So this unchecked deliveries, generally we activate this button if your S4 system is connected to the CRM system. So since we are not integrated with the CRM system, we have deactivated this indicator. The next option is batch determination in EWM. So generally, if you have the batch management activated in S4, system will actually try to determine which batch needs to be shipped to the customer based on the batch characteristics and other related configuration. But if you activate this indicator here, system won't determine the batch in S4. Else, it will once the document is distributed in EWM will try to determine which batch needs to be shipped, because in EWM we have the strategies like whereas whether it is based on the expiry date, based on the goods receipt date. So there are a couple of strategies in EWM. So if you activate this indicator batch determination EWM, meaning that EWM will take care which batch needs to be determined based on the strategies to keep it simple. So
Which is better?
it is always suggested to determine the batch in EWM, because in EWM you have more number of strategies where you can ship the suitable batch to the customer.
But how did it work with the ATP?
ATP, I'm not sure, but you have an option. Like once you activate this indicator, it is just like all the S4 settings won't taken under consideration, and the batch determination will directly happen while picking of those particular materials. But if you have already hard coded the batch number in the document while before you distribute it to EWM, then it doesn't make sense of this indicator.
Yeah, exactly. That was my point, because
yes,
sometimes the ATP is determined in the delivery in order to know which is the stock that I can use in order to block it or to separate.
Yeah.
So based on that, if I do the batch determination, the delivery, then it comes to EWM, and then we need to do the part of the picking. So
right,
that was my, okay. Thank you.
Yes. And Maria, do you have any questions?
Not so far. So far, so good.
Okay. Okay, fine. So the next indicator is GR from EWM. So this GR from EWM is actually relevant for the production integration with EWM. So in production integration with EWM, SAP has given two options. You can either perform the GR from EWM, or you can perform the GR in S4. So in EWM, you can perform the GR by RF or by Fiori tiles. And in S4, you can perform the GR using the there are two T codes in production integration or in PP system, CO11N and CO15. So based on that, you can perform the GR. But if you activate this indicator GR from EWM, you won't be allowed to perform the GR in S4. Which is, you cannot perform the GR by using CO11N transaction, or you cannot perform the GR from CO15 transaction code. Simple. GR should only be done in EWM. That is what this indicator indicates.
So if we don't, I mean, we can then, otherwise, if we untick this, we need to do the part of the picking and then go to the S4 and do the complete post receipt.
Yes. So in EWM, it goes like this. So you will pick your components, you will stage it in your PSA, and in PSA the consumption will be done, and after that you will receive the completed or the header items, finished goods in the handling units from EWM RFUI transaction or by Fiori type. If you have activated this, you'll only able to receive the finished goods by using RFUI and Fiori type. You won't be able to receive the goods in S4 by using CO11N transaction and CO15 transaction.
This is only for the part of production? Yes,
this is completely related to production.
Okay. I was thinking also for reception.
This is actually confusing for many people, but this GR from EWM is actually for the receiving of finished goods in case of production case. This is not related to any inbound delivery.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, and next one is how will you communicate with the EWM system? So there is only one option. Once you give set it as EWM, this option will be automatically selected as queued and serialized asynchronous RFC, meaning the communication between S4 and EWM is done by queued and serialized asynchronous technique. So the communication will be done with the help of queues. So Rogelio, so maybe in the beginning of the class, I asked you to check in SMQ2, right? If there is any queue stuck. So we generally see if there is any queue stuck, we check in SMQ1, SMQ2. So there we actually find the queues if it is failed with some error.
Yep.
So the next one is delivery change. So this delivery change is this meaning, if you have your document created in S4 and when it is distributed to EWM, you can no more perform the changes for the outbound deliveries. But after S4 HANA 17, once, EWM or SAP has introduced this option, delivery change in version 1709, like you can perform the delivery change for outbound deliveries under two conditions. Condition one, the document should be distributed to EWM, but the condition two is the warehouse activities should not be started in EWM. Then you can perform the minor delivery changes in your S4. Meaning you can change the quantity of the outbound delivery in S4 itself if you have this indicator activated.
Okay.
You are clear with this indicator?
Mm.
But this option is only relevant for outbound deliveries. There is no option in EWM to change the quantity in inbound deliveries. This is option only for outbound deliveries. That too, if the warehouse activities are not started in EWM, then only you can perform the changes like updating the quantity in S4 system. And the next one is serialization in decentralized WM. If you are dealing with the products which are serialized in S4 and you also wanted to manage those serial numbers in EWM, then these indicators need to be activated. So these are all the required settings in S4 for your intermediate warehouse which are related to EWM. So as I said, the transaction data across S4 and EWM is done with the help of queued and serialized asynchronous RFC. So for that, for this communication to happen, you will have to generate the distribution model to communicate with EWM from S4. So that configuration is done in this node, generate distribution model for transaction data transfer to EWM. Here, I'll give my warehouse number, which is intermediate warehouse number. And here, the logical system of SAP EWM, that this is actually the basis settings. So this is the logical system of EWM. I'll give this here. And after that, we need to give the distribution model view. So this is an open field. You can give anything, like basically SAP suggests to give EWM as the distribution model view. After giving this and click on create, system will create the distribution model, meaning system will create a bridge between S4 system and the EWM system for the communication of the transaction data like deliveries or delivery confirmations and all. System will actually create a bridge between the ERP and the EWM system to keep it simple. Once you create, if you want to check whether the distribution model was created correctly or not, you can just give your warehouse number and then select check. Here objects you need to select all, because this distribution model actually acts as a bridge while creating, confirming, or confirmations in the case of inbound deliveries, in the case of outbound deliveries, and in the case of PMRs. So this PMR meaning, so this PMR is a document or a replica of a production order in S4. PMR is the document created in EWM. This is a replica of production order in S4. So we are selecting all for all the objects. We are making use of this distribution model, and I'll click on check. System says that data correct for warehouse number W18. And if you want to check the sender data and the receiver data and further data of this warehouse, you can just give the warehouse number here, the intermediate warehouse number, and then click on this A button. So here, these are all the ABAP methods by which the distribution model is generated for that particular warehouse W18. This is the model view, which we give in the distribution model view. And after that, who is the sender? So this is the S4 system logical system. S4 CLNT 400 is the logical system of S4. And for which object type? This is for outbound delivery, delivery change, and who is the receiver? EWM client 2020 is the receiver. This is the logical system of the EWM system. And what is your intermediate warehouse? W18. You can see all the details over here. Similarly, for inbound delivery and for manufacturing orders, you have the ABAP methods, you have the model view, you have the sender, you have the object type, you have the method, you have the receiver, you have the warehouse number. So if you didn't create your distribution model correctly, you won't be able to distribute your document from S4 to EWM. So the first thing which you need to check if you are facing while distribution is you need to check your distribution model in this node, whether you have properly set up this distribution model for your intermediate warehouse. This is very important setting. So this is all about the configuration settings from S4 and to integrate your EWM system. Team, do you have any questions till now?
No, it's clear. For me.
Maria, do you have any questions?
Not right now.
Okay. Okay. So here now it is 7:10 a.m. Shall we take a quick 10 minutes break?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good. So I think we have only like 20 minutes of class. So
I didn't get you. Can you come again?
You say take a little break, right?
Yeah. Can we take a 10 minutes break now and continue?
Yeah, just that what I'm saying is that it's good. Just that when we go back, we're going to have only 10 minutes to finish the class.
Okay.
So it's good.
It was planned for 2 hours, Rogelio and Maria. Is that fine for you or?
Say again?
So actually it was planned for 2 hours class.
I think it was for 1 hour and a half.
Okay. Okay, fine. Based on your comfort, we can plan accordingly. We'll make it 1.5 hours.
Yeah, I think it's good because the idea it was to, so for us, this is new. So that's why it was like the plan to have one day class, the other one use it to test. And I think there's a lot of information that we need to check sometimes. Okay. So I think it's good 1 hour and a half.
Okay, fine. So we'll make it 1.5 hours every alternate day, which you're saying. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, let's take a 5 minutes break and then we'll wind up in 20 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be back in 8 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes break is fine.
Yeah, it's good.
8 minutes break, and then we'll continue.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll be on mute.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay, we can start here. So before break, we have covered the integration settings from S4. Now I'll show you the configuration which are required from EWM end. So under SEM EWM, we have extended warehouse management. Here, if you want to copy the warehouse customizing, you can go to cross-process setting. Can select this option, copy warehouse number customizing. Here you will give your source warehouse number and your the warehouse number which you are going to create, you'll give in the second column. For example, if I want to copy the customizing settings from 0001 warehouse and my warehouse number which I want to create and copy the customizing is WH18. So I'll give in this way and then I'll click on copy. So what system does is system will copy all the customizing settings which are already done in 0001, like the master data, storage types, storage sections, storage bin structures, activity areas, all will be copied to your warehouse WH18. That is how I have copied my current warehouse WH18 also. So this is one option given by SAP to copy the warehouse number settings from the standard warehouse. But if you go to master data and when you try to define the warehouse number, you can only define your warehouse number. You don't have any option to copy the customizing settings. If you define your warehouse number in this way, then you will have to define all the master data by yourself. So it is recommended to copy the customizing settings by using cross-process settings. Under cross-process settings, by using this node, you can give the standard warehouse number, which is 0001, generally in the EWM system, and give your EWM warehouse number and copy the customizing. So once you copy the customizing, you can see all the storage types also copied from your standard warehouse. For example, if I go to my warehouse, WH18, so you can see all the standard storage types have been copied from 0001 warehouse. All these are standard ones. I haven't created not even one storage type. All these were copied from the standard warehouse. If you want to open any one, so you can see all the standard settings already provided by SAP, the recommended settings for each storage type. So similarly, storage sections are also copied from 0001 storage sections. If there are any storage type groups defined for the standard warehouse, so those are also copied. And if you have any storage bin structures, so these are also copied from the standard warehouse. And the doors, shipping and receiving, all these customizings are copied with the help of this node. Okay, so once you define your warehouse number, so my warehouse number in EWM is WH18. So this is my warehouse number. So we have defined the warehouse number in EWM and intermediate warehouse number in S4. But we also need to tell the system that these two warehouses should be integrated to each other. So that particular integration is done, should be done from both the ends. Okay. So in that case, from EWM, if you want to tell the system that it should be connected to the intermediate warehouse W18, then under EWM node, you have interfaces. Under interfaces, you need to go to ERP integration, and under ERP integration, you have goods movement. In this node, you actually give your plant. I'll show you my plant. PL18 is the plant. So this plant, storage location, the logical system of S4 is connected to my EWM warehouse WH18. And this availability group I'll cover in the next coming classes. But yes, here you map your EWM warehouse with your plant and storage location.
There's another link, where you only put the warehouse number and the EWM warehouse number.
Yes, I'll show you that as well.
Okay.
So this is one config where you need to integrate with your intermediate warehouse. And the next one, the next setting is here under general settings, you have assign warehouse number from logistics execution. So here, once I open the node, you have the business system, warehouse number ERP, and EWM warehouse. So this business system is actually the logical system of S4. So in case if you have, for example, if your plant has multiple warehouses and all those warehouses are having their own ECC system, individual systems. So there might be chances like those ECC system, in that ECC system, they might have created the intermediate warehouse number with the same code. In that case, we can differentiate with the help of business system. So that is the reason why SAP has given the business system option and the warehouse ERP number combination to assign it to your EWM warehouse number. Any doubts in this one?
Just that I don't know if you already told it, but why is empty?
Empty meaning any business system with warehouse number ERP is integrated with E014, meaning this is any. If you want to give any particular, open meaning any.
Okay, thank you.
That is why it is blank.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'll show you my config. My warehouse number is WH18. It is already integrated W18. So this is the entry. My ERP warehouse number W18 is connected to my EWM warehouse WH18, irrespective of the business system. That is what it means. So this is the setting with the integration of the intermediate warehouse number of S4. So not only from EWM we need to integrate, but we also need to tell the system from S4 as well that it is integrated to the EWM system. So that setting is done under the last second node, integration with other SAP components. Under here, we also have this extended warehouse management node. Here, we in this node assign warehouse number to EWM warehouse number. I'll open this node and then here I assign my intermediate warehouse W18 to the EWM warehouse WH18. So in this way, we are integrating EWM with S4 as well as S4 to EWM with these two settings. So till here, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. So integration part is done. Let me open the list of topics. So warehouse structure is covered, and configuration, additional configuration at S4 is also done. So since it's already 1.5 hours, we started at 6 p.m. and it is 7:30. So from tomorrow or from Monday, right? The next class is
Yep.
on Monday.
Yes.
I'll show you the overview of all these topics, and then we can start from here with
Good.
configuration and all the settings related in EWM.
Good.
Okay.
Yep.
Any questions, guys?
No. It looks for me. So you covered some topics that we didn't see previously. So I think it was good.
Okay. Okay, fine. So what I suggest you is you can try to practice based on your previous trainings, and also you can apply the topics which are covered today. Try to run few scenarios, try to build your own warehouse and see if you are stuck somewhere, so that we can see what is the issue, what was the mistake. If you make any mistakes, then only you will be able to learn how to troubleshoot.
Okay. Yeah, will do.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Rohit.
Thanks.
Yeah,
We'll talk on
thank
Monday.
you.
Thanks.
And Jay, can you please share the recording today?
Yes, yeah, Marina. After converting the recording, we'll share you.
Thank you.
And when is the next class?
Is
Monday.
on Monday.
Is on Monday same time?
Monday,
Yep.
same time for 1.5 hours, right?
Yeah.
I think so, but I can also try
Ah.
and confirm with Vamsi, because I think Monday's a holiday.
Yeah. I forgot that. Yeah.
Okay.
So our class are scheduled for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So maybe it should be Friday. They go Wednesday. Sorry, Wednesday 7. Yep.
Okay. Okay, fine. So next class is on Wednesday, 7th of September at same time for 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to confirm with Babsi, but I think Maria's right. So that should be the day.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Take care. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks.
Thank
So,
you.
so guys, Wednesday same time, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It will
Okay.
be the same time.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Guys,
Bye-bye.
bye.